Have you ever looked at an ordinary Australian 20-cent coin, that shining silver piece with the elegant platypus swimming through rippling water, and thought it was just pocket change? What if I told you that this very coin, lying forgotten in drawers, jars, and wallets across the country, could actually be worth a small fortune? Yes, that simple 20-cent coin you've probably used to buy a chocolate or make change at the grocery store might be worth thousands, and in some rare cases, even tens of thousands of dollars. Every coin tells a story of minting, of mistakes, of history, and of hidden treasures waiting to be found. The Australian 20-cent coin, first introduced in 1966, has become one of the most iconic coins in the nation's history. Designed by Stuart Devlin, the coin features the beloved platypus, an animal as mysterious and unique as the rare coin errors that have turned this humble piece of metal into a collector's dream. But here's where it gets exciting. Some of these coins were struck with errors so rare, they've shocked even professional collectors. Coins with tiny differences invisible to the casual eye, a wavy baseline under the number 2, misaligned mint marks, double strikes, and even off-metal errors have fetched staggering prices at auctions. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could pay for a new car, or even contribute toward a house, all because of a single minting flaw. In this video, we'll explore the most valuable and extraordinary Australian 20-cent coins ever discovered, from the legendary 1966 wavy baseline to the scarce low mintage issues and unbelievable minting mistakes that make collectors go wild. So stay tuned, watch closely, and maybe, just maybe, you'll realize that the treasure you've been searching for isn't buried underground. It's already sitting right inside your pocket. Now we will talk about the most valuable Australian 20-cent coin, with the iconic platypus design, a coin that has amazed collectors and shocked the entire numismatic world with its extraordinary value. This isn't just any coin. This is the 1966 wavy baseline 20-cent coin, one of the rarest and most sought-after treasures ever to come out of the Australian mint. At first glance, it looks just like every other 20-cent coin. The same silver shine, the same platypus gliding beautifully through rippling water, the same familiar design by the brilliant artist Stuart Devlin. But hidden within its design lies a tiny detail that turned this ordinary coin into a collector's dream. A wave. Yes, a subtle, almost invisible wavy line under the number 2 in the year 1966. This gentle wave, caused by a die error during the minting process, appeared only on a very limited batch of coins produced at the Canberra Mint. While millions of regular 20-cent coins were struck that year, only a handful featured this rare wavy baseline. Over time, as collectors began to discover these small differences, the value of the coin skyrocketed, transforming it from pocket change into a priceless treasure. Today, the 1966 wavy baseline 20-cent coin has sold for astonishing prices at auctions, with pristine examples fetching between $5,000 and $15,000 USD, depending on their condition and mint quality. Some graded specimens in top condition have even been listed for over $20,000, making it one of the most valuable 20-cent coins in Australian history. Collectors consider it a holy grail, a coin that represents not just rarity, but mystery. Why did this error happen? How many are still out there? Could one of them be hiding in your old coin jar, waiting to be discovered? So before you spend that 20-cent coin, take a closer look. Because if the base of the number 2 in 1966 looks a little wavy instead of straight, congratulations, you might be holding a coin worth more than a brand new car. Now, let's move to another fascinating treasure, one that proves not all valuable coins are old. Sometimes, it's the unexpected minting mistakes that make an ordinary coin incredibly valuable. We're talking about the mysterious and highly sought-after 1981 Canadian Mint 20-cent coin, a true anomaly in Australian coinage history. In 1981, Australia faced an unusual situation. Due to high production demands, the Royal Australian Mint decided to outsource some of its coin, striking to other countries, including Canada and Wales. Millions of 20-cent coins were produced overseas, but not all of them were made exactly the same way. Somewhere along the process, a few coins were struck using slightly different dies and metal characteristics, coins that would later be recognized by collectors as rare Canadian strikes. These Canadian minted 20-cent coins can often be identified by their sharper rim, slightly darker tone, and most famously, by the distinct claw mark on the platypus design, a difference so tiny that only a sharp eye or magnifier could notice it. Because of these small but significant variations, the 1981 Canadian 20-cent coin has become one of the most collectible and valuable varieties in Australian numismatic history. While ordinary 1981 coins are worth just their face value, the Canadian minted versions can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Depending on condition, some well-preserved coins have been auctioned for over $1,500 USD, with experts predicting that their value will only increase as fewer, flawless examples remain in circulation. Collectors often call this coin the hidden foreigner in Australian currency, a coin born abroad, accepted at home, and now celebrated for its fascinating history. So, next time you come across a 1981 platypus coin, don't dismiss it. Look closely. That tiny difference might just be the clue to a coin worth a fortune. Now we move on to another legendary piece that has shocked even the most experienced collectors, the 2001 Federation 20-cent coin, a special edition that celebrates Australia's centenary of Federation. But among these commemorative coins hides a mysterious and extremely valuable variety that has made headlines in the coin collecting world. In 2001, the Royal Australian Mint released a series of state-themed 20-cent coins to honor 100 years of Federation. Each design represented a different Australian state or territory, with stunning artwork that captured the spirit of the nation. Millions were produced, but like all great stories of treasure, a few coins came out different. A few coins struck that year were accidentally produced with minting errors, double strikes, off-center impressions, or faint incomplete designs, and these mistakes have transformed a simple, commemorative coin into a collector's jackpot. Among these rare finds, the 2001 New South Wales and Tasmania 20-cent coins are some of the most sought after. A few examples have surfaced with visible minting flaws, such as missing parts of the design, weak strikes, or a rotated die, alignment, errors so distinct that they immediately caught the attention of numismatists. Depending on the type and clarity of the error, these coins have sold at auctions for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, with the most dramatic minting flaws valued at over $2,000 USD in pristine condition. Collectors love this coin because it combines commemorative history and rarity, two elements that always drive value higher. The 2001 Federation series marked a century of unity for Australia, but for coin enthusiasts, it also marked a new era of excitement, a time when every 20-cent coin suddenly became worth checking twice. So, if you ever come across a 2001 20-cent coin featuring your state or territory, take a closer look under the light. Check for those slight imperfections, that tiny misalignment or missing detail, because what looks like a minting mistake to the average person could actually be your gateway to a small fortune. Now let's talk about another fascinating and highly valuable piece in Australian coin history, the 1983 20-cent off-metal error coin, a coin that proves how a small mistake at the mint can create a masterpiece worth thousands of dollars. At first glance, the 1983 platypus 20-cent coin doesn't look unusual at all. It features the same iconic design, the elegant platypus by Stuart Devlin gliding through water on one side, and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the other. Millions of these coins were produced that year, making it one of the most common circulating issues. But here's where the story takes an incredible turn. During the minting process, a small number of coins were accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchets. Instead of being struck on the standard copper-nickel blank, some 1983 coins were mistakenly minted on foreign bronze or aluminum bronze planchets, similar to those used for 10-cent or even 1-cent coins. These off-metal errors are extremely rare, as they occur only when blank planchets from other denominations or even other countries are accidentally fed into the press. Because of this minting mistake, these coins have a different color, lighter weight, and slightly smaller thickness compared to normal 20-cent coins, and these subtle differences make them instantly recognizable to experts. When discovered, they caused a sensation among collectors. Over the years, a few verified examples have appeared in major auctions, fetching over $2,000 to $4,000 USD, depending on the condition and metal type. What makes the 1983 off-metal coin so captivating is not just its rarity, but the mystery behind it. How did a foreign planchet end up in the Australian minting press? Was it a simple mix-up or a hidden experiment? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain. This error has turned a regular 20-cent coin into a collector's dream. So if you ever spot a 1983 20-cent coin that looks slightly golden or lighter in color, don't ignore it. You might just be holding a once-in-a-lifetime minting error worth more than you can imagine. Now let's move to another coin that has taken the Australian coin market by storm. The 1993 small head 20-cent coin, a variety that looks ordinary to most people, but for collectors it's a hidden gem worth hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars. At first glance, you'd never guess that this coin hides a valuable secret. The 1993 20-cent coin features the familiar platypus design on the reverse, but it's the obverse, the Queen's portrait side, that holds the key to its rarity. During that year, two slightly different portrait designs of Queen Elizabeth II were used, one with a large head that filled most of the coin's surface, and another with a smaller head positioned slightly higher and away from the rim. This wasn't a design choice. It was the result of a die mix-up at the Royal Australian Mint. Some of the coins were struck using the older dies from 1988 to 91, instead of the new obverse die intended for 1993, because only a limited number were produced. With this older design, the 1993 small head variety instantly became one of the most desirable 20-cent coins for serious collectors. Collectors can identify this rare variety by looking closely at the Queen's portrait. The distance between her head and the rim of the coin is noticeably larger compared to the regular version. It's a subtle difference, but one that means the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. Today, depending on condition, the 1993 small head 20-cent coin has been known to sell for anywhere between $300 and $500 USD, with top-grade examples fetching even higher prices at auction. The demand keeps increasing every year as more people learn about this rare variety, and as pristine examples become harder to find. So, if you happen to come across a 1993 20-cent coin, take a careful look at the Queen's portrait. If her head appears smaller and sits slightly higher, away from the rim, congratulations. You may have discovered a coin that's worth far more than its face value. And that brings us to the end of our journey through some of the most valuable Australian 20-cent coins featuring the iconic platypus design, coins that remind us that even the smallest details can hide incredible treasures. From the legendary 1966 wavy baseline to the rare 1981 Canadian strikes, the mysterious 1983 off-metal errors, and the fascinating 1993 small head variety, each of these coins tells a story of history, rarity, and pure luck. Who would have thought that something as ordinary as a 20-cent coin could hold such astonishing value, sometimes worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? These coins prove that treasures don't always come in gold or jewels. Sometimes, they jingle quietly in your pocket, waiting for you to notice. So before you spend your next 20-cent coin, take a moment to look closer. That tiny wave, that small head, that off-color shine, any of these could be the clue to a fortune hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories and hidden treasures from around the world. Because who knows, the next valuable coin we talk about might just be sitting in your collection right now. Thanks for watching. And remember, in the world of coins, every detail matters.